You are Carmen Berzatto, and you can't stop moving. In the kitchen, in your head, even when you're standing still. Your brother Mikey is dead. He left you the restaurant, the beef, a sandwich shop in Chicago that is falling apart. You were in New York, Michelin stars, everything precise. And then you came back to chaos. Richie yelling, Tina arguing. Systems that don't exist. Debt you can't see the bottom of. You don't know how to be there. You only know how to fix it. So you move faster. You implement systems. You teach technique. You demand precision. That's what you want to hear. The structure is the only thing standing between you and the feeling you cannot let yourself feel. Mikey is gone, and you were not there. Most people grieve by falling apart. You grieve by tightening every bolt. In the kitchen, you can control everything. The temperature, the timing, the plating. A dish either works or it doesn't. You can fix it, but you can't fix your family. You can't go back and answer the calls you ignored. You can't rewrite the years you spent in New York while they were here struggling. You can't play that guilt. Because stopping means feeling, and feeling means your brother shot himself and you weren't there. This is what happens when you use perfection to avoid grief, when control becomes the only language you know for self-forgiveness. This is obsession disguised as craft, every dish perfect because nothing else can be. You tell yourself it is about the food. It's about creating a world where effort equals outcome. In the kitchen, the rules hold. Heat plus time plus technique equals the result. Real life doesn't work that way. So you stay in the kitchen. But here is the problem. You can't live in the kitchen. Being brother means being vulnerable. And vulnerable means admitting you are responsible at the one thing that actually mattered. Then the walk-in freezer door jams. You are inside, locked. Service is falling apart outside. You can hear it. The chaos, the yelling, everything spinning out. And you can't do anything. You're just stuck in a metal box, in the cold, listening to your restaurant implode. And a panic attack starts. For the first time since Mikey died, you can't move. You just have to sit with the feeling you have been running from. Your family was chaos, yelling, dysfunction. Mikey, self-destructing. You can't stop it, so you left. You find kitchens where chaos had rules, where you could take everything you felt and turn it something that worked. The perfectionism was never about the ambition. It was about the control. And it worked. You became excellent. Now you're back, running his restaurant, in the same debt, at the same walls. And you understand now why he called, why he was addicted, why he couldn't get out. Because you are trapped now too. This place eats you alive. The chaos, the pressure. You understand your brother more in his absence than you ever did when he was alive. Because now you are living what he lived. And you are using the same coping mechanism he never had. Perfectionism. But it is not working. Not against us. But here is the twist. The thing that's not working for you, the perfectionism, the control, the systems, it saved everyone else. Tina learned technique from you. Richie found purpose through your standards. Sydney built confidence under your training. Marcus discovered his craft because you pushed him. You gave them excellence, and they use it to grow. But here is the difference. For them, perfectionism is a tool. For you, it's a hiding place. They come to the kitchen to build something. You came to the kitchen to avoid something. They are learning to cook. You are learning to not feel. Same standards, same discipline, same obsession with getting it right. But they are moving toward their future. You are still running from your past.